Hello again. Seems like the microphone does not want to work immediately. So let's take a look at that. Okay, it's working now. I don't know if this is correct. It seems right. But okay, just give me a second. Okay. Did not want to register that. Okay. Welcome in. I hope this is a good angle. It looks good on my end. But we'll see. I think I can I'm just viewing right now how this is gonna look. Before actually starting. Is it too loud? Okay, it's as loud as yesterday. That's okay. So today, I don't know how long this is going to take me, but I'm gonna try and cut this out. It is currently almost 9. So I'm hoping this takes an hour and we can get pretty far into this. So this is all jewelry that I'm going to be selling in July. Somebody asked for a horse yesterday, so I'm doing a horse today. Horse earrings. This is going to be blacked out. So this is the goal, essentially. Okay. Hello, Adam. How are you doing today? All right. So this is going to be a bit loud. Just a warning if this is your first time joining me here. I used this saw blade yesterday, so I will lubricate it today. And for fun, I'm going to start on the horses just because. I am doing good. I am going to be cutting some metal today for you guys. Welcome in. So it seems like everything is going to be going smoothly. So I'm just going to play some music on my headphones. Because, again, this is a little bit loud for me. But it should be running great the rest of the day. Let me get some of my stuff ready. All right, it should be good. So I'm going to be cutting all of the details first. And then, right? Wait, am I? We're gonna try it. I'm gonna. I've. It's been a while since I've cut these. I'm going to try and cut out the details first, and then I'm gonna cut out the shape because I think it's going to be easier. It's harder to cut out details if you're grabbing something really small, which this will get extremely small. So I think I'm gonna leave it on this big sheet and try and cut it out. The details first. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, then I'll do it the other way. And it shouldn't be an issue. So, but we'll see. I don't really. It's been a while since I cut this shape. And again, this is going to be a little bit loud. I try to have the microphone as far away from the piece as possible, so it's not as loud, but some of these areas are going to look like I'm doing absolutely nothing. I don't understand. This might be loud. This is really loud. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the microphone far away from the piece so you don't actually hear it. But it is pretty hard. Yes. So this is like this is sticker paper. It's vinyl sticker paper. And it goes onto the, you can just print easily with a regular printer and then you stick it onto the cover. And for that, you need it to be vinyl specifically. You can use paper, sticker paper. So, because there's different types of sticker paper. Like office sticker paper usually has a paper backing, and that's really hard to take off the metal. You would need water in order to dissolve the glue, but this one comes off very easily, and I can show you later once I'm done with the piece how easily it comes off. Sorry if I don't answer your messages as quickly. This actually requires my attention. Quite a bit. Another thing I want to try in the future when it comes to printing is I'm going to be making some decor out of aluminum that has vinyl on top instead of it just being the metal. And I think what I'm going to try with the sticker paper is see it if I can get it on my Cricut and for it to cut out the outline. So then it doesn't have to print anything out. It would just be the sticker. It would just be the negative design on the sticker paper, which I think would be so cool because I've been trying to figure out how to do that. So I can then stick vinyl, but I'm doing this by hand. It's not going to be perfect. So for me, it would be just a really good experiment. So I can get it as close as possible to the design. That's true. I've a lot of people that I meet, because I do a lot of vendor shows and things like that, they love, well, they either really appreciate that my pieces can come out really clean, or they appreciate that it looks like it's been hand cut, because then it just has more significance, especially now where CNC machines exist or laser cutting where things can just be done with a machine. I think a lot of people are appreciating more when things are hand done. And hand cutting is not extremely, I don't want to say it's rare. There's definitely artists out there that do it, jewelry makers. But there is only a few of us that do it. Many other people just use a laser cutter or something like that. So, and I like sharing exactly like what I do because it gives people an idea when I do vendor shows. And these are just tips, I guess, at this point. But I have a video saved of a lot of the designs that I've cut, and I actually play that at shows. So people that are passing by can see the actual process of how my jewelry and bookmarks are cut. And it just gives them something else to think about when purchasing. And it also allows them to, like, they don't really have to talk to me. They can just watch the video and basically see what is being done. And then sometimes they ask questions and things like that, and I take my sauce with me. But yeah. I've done metal cutting classes, and that's one of the things that people love about metal cutting, or at least me when I'm teaching, because everybody learns differently. But the beautiful thing about making things by hand or pouring time into it is that that's the value, the time that you've poured into it. And I feel like when I teach classes, I feel like my pieces come out so like almost close to perfect. Well, one of my students, I don't think I cut the whole thing. One of my students, or some of my students' work has a bit of a charm to it because they've never done this before and it's their first time doing it. And so it just looks so, I don't know, it's just very interesting. I wish I had that charm to my pieces, but I feel like after a really long time of doing this, I've lost. I just like, I can get it so close to perfect. It's kind of wild. And as mentioned before, it may look like I'm doing absolutely nothing to some of these cuts, but I'm definitely cutting. Thank you, Adam, for all the great questions, by the way. I'm actually trying to focus because yesterday that I went live, it took me, I don't know, an hour to get one section of my bookmark done when it actually takes me 20 minutes. So that's not amazing. What's my favorite? What's one of my favorites that I've ever made? In terms of jewelry, what is my favorite one? I don't actually know. Actually, I do know. It's probably one of my first pieces that I've done. It's of an abstract figure. I have it in my jewelry collection, so I might show it. It's not a piece that I wear anymore, but I did get that design tattoo because I'm crazy. But maybe that one in terms of jewelry. I've also done a customized butterfly for a friend of mine. That one is also one of my favorites. Because I design my own jewelry, I like a lot of them. So that's a really hard question to answer. I definitely like making jewelry for other people though, because a lot of the times it has a significant meaning. Let me go get my that one. Okay, so this is one of the first necklaces I ever made. It's kind of hard to see it. There you go. It's very abstract, and you can see it's not like super pink like copper is, because it's been used and abused. But when I freshly made this one, it looked so cool. I don't know, it's one of my favorite ones because it's one of my first necklaces I've ever made. Again, that's a really hard question to answer. I've made so many things over the years. I started cutting metal in 2021. So I have just a huge repertoire of work. Here's Colin. And I'm so in 3rd grade in KSA. I don't know what KSA means. But you're young, question mark? I don't think you should be watching this. I mean, this is not bad, but okay. Asking questions in terms of jewelry. Jewelry is very cool. There's different types of jewelry making. out there. Definitely other forms that are less noisy than this. You will definitely see me trying to grab this bottom here. I feel like it helps with the noise a little bit. I think because this is not drilled onto my table, it tends to vibrate a lot more than it needs to. So I try to grab it just to help the noise a little bit, but I don't actually know if it's doing anything. I just have a feeling that it does. I hope you guys can still see. Kind of got lost. Okay. Oops. What am I going this way? Okay, cut him. There you go. I don't know if we've lost focus here. It's kind of hard because I think it wants to focus on the saw a little bit. Let's see. Asking questions is good, so that's fine. Okay. It does smell. Yeah, I mean, it smells like metal for sure when I'm cutting this. And somebody asked me yesterday if I used a mask while cutting. This doesn't produce a lot of dust, so I don't really need to use a mask. I do use a mask when I'm sanding because that's very fine dust. But when I'm doing this, the dust is so thick that it just kind of weighs down. But because you are interacting with the metal and all of that, it does smell like just metal. Or pennies. So this side I'm gonna do a little bit different. There we go. Can't see. There you go. I want to bring you guys in a little bit closer, but I also like to show what I'm doing here and that you guys can see my arm so you can see that it's moving. I feel like otherwise seeing the cutting is not the most entertaining thing. But I don't know. Another thing that may not seem obvious for metal cutting is that I actually have to be very decisive about where I'm cutting. Because as the more you cut the metal, the more weak points you create. And so the order in which I'm doing this is probably not the best for this design itself, but it's not the end of the world if I do it this way. Because I am trying to be aware of where I'm cutting. This is one of the hardest sections to cut. So I'm gonna take my time here. Because I'm going to cut it all in one go. So let's see how that goes. I have to take it slow, otherwise I might pull down some of this design with my hands and with the saw, I mean, and I don't want to do that. And it's so hard to see what I'm doing because the dust just wants to sit at the bottom of the design. Hello, Clarence. Welcome in. Sorry if I blew out the microphone. I didn't mean to do that. Goodbye, Adam. Have a good night. I nicked something. That's all right. Okay. There you go. We managed to do it. But you can definitely see how much copper stays on that piece. and it makes it so much harder to see. So I have one more cut here before I work on cutting the entire design out. And we are 30 minutes in, which is great for me. That's an accomplishment. So hopefully I can continue that. Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, welcome in. Gotta hold on to this because it gets so loud. Like it's so filled with copper, I can barely see. Good thing I've done this design so many times, I can kind of memorize it without actually looking at it. But there we go. It doesn't, it looks crazy. And a lot of the only thing I don't like about this vinyl paper is that the ink from the printer tends to rub off. And so it's really hard to see what I'm doing or where I'm going. Once that starts to peel off, it also doesn't look pretty for videos, but there's so much we can do about that. Now I'm gonna attempt to cut off the shape. I would need to start. I'm gonna start here because I need to cut here. But this is going to be just a bunch of straight lines, which are the hardest things to cut. Actually, no, a circle is the hardest thing to cut. A straight line you can at least fix with a file, but if you mess up a circle, that's a lot harder to fix. And again, I'm going to attempt to cut it in one go because I'm crazy. I messed up. No, I didn't. Never mind. Ignore that. Okay. There you go. And as I go, I'm actually going to peel them off. Just so you guys can take a look at the sticker paper. There's so much dust. Oops. There is a plastic backing on the back, which is why a lot of the dust is getting stuck in between the design. Okay. And I take this tool here. It's a tool that you would use for copper etching for printmaking, but I got it when I was in college and I just use it now. And then this would easily, hopefully, easily allowed you to peel this. And there you go. You could technically reuse this. I'm not going to do that. Just because the design is already blurring out. And then I also take off the plastic from the back. And there we are. First horsey of the day done in 38 minutes, but not really. And I'll put this over here maybe. And then we can start on the next one. And then I'm just going to take off some of these really thick edges because we don't really need those. And then, yeah, we'll go at it again. That wasn't too difficult. That was fun. Just give me a quick sec here. Okay. So I want to go ahead and do this the hard way, but honestly, no. I can bring you in a little bit closer though. Maybe. So you can take a better look at what I'm doing. All right. Actually, for the, yeah, I actually want to put a little bit more lubricant here. You can't see what I'm doing because I put you in closer. Okay. Put more lubricant on my blade so it cools down a little bit from all the cutting I just did. And it just allows the blade to last a little bit longer. Welcome to anybody who's new here. I'm currently cutting a horse earring. We already cut one. This is the second one. And I'm trying to go a little bit faster this time just because the first one took me a while and I only wanted to live stream for an hour. That looked weird for a second. Some details here it may seem like I'm doing absolutely nothing, but I swear I'm cutting. It's just very tiny details that I'm cutting here. Oops. Hello, everybody. feel like I'm missing one. But I can't really tell. If you're coming back, I zoomed you in a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going around. Hello everybody, welcome in. I am cutting metal here for some jewelry. And I have you zoomed in. And this is going to be loud. And I'm trying to go a little bit faster this time, just because I did want to have the stream be under an hour, which is not going to happen. But maybe if I speed it up a little bit, I can make it work. But I don't want to speed it up so much where it gets too loud. I don't know if being zoomed out was better. Just because you could see me loading the saw, but I don't know. As you can see, a lot of dust accumulates on the piece. And I think partially it's the sticker paper. For some reason, everything wants to stick to it. No pun intended. Oh no. I messed up. It's fine, it's fine. It wasn't that deep of a cut. These saw blades are so good. I sometimes get scared. Because you can nick something real quick and boom, a cut. It's crazy. So that scared me for a sec, but it looks fine. So I think it's fine. And then again, you're not seeing me do this, but I'm gonna lubricate it just so I can feel the saw heating up, or the saw blade. Usually I coordinate my hand on the handle getting hot as the blade also getting hot. And then for some reason, as soon as I lubricate the saw, I also feel like my hand is getting cooled. It's so weird. Okay, we're halfway there. We're almost done. We're not gonna get done in 1 hour, but definitely near. I forgot that I need to cut this side first. There we are. Now we can do this side. Oh my goodness. Okay. 4 more cuts and we're done with the horse. This detail is really small. This horse maintained better than the other one. I felt like the other one was more, had a lot more white spots. But I think it's literally me cleaning it with the brush that is taking off the ink, which is fine. All right. Again, this is one of the hardest parts of this piece. And I'm gonna be taking it slowly here. I say I have to go quickly. I'm gonna take it slower as we get through that spiral. This gets harder because the dust just sticks to the print. There you go. Okay. We made it out of the hard part. And I'm gonna try to take this really slow because last time I did this, I thought I took it slow, but your blade still will want to bounce all the way across the room. We have 2 more cuts and we're done. This is how it's looking. This is how the back looks. I still feel good. everybody. Welcome in. I'm just metal cutting some jewelry here. All right. Now I'm gonna close my saw. And then same thing as before, I'm gonna start with this lower edge and make my way around. I also just feel way more comfortable cutting to my left than to my right. And by that I mean in terms of the black line, I'd rather have that black line to my left than to my right, because then it's a lot harder to see it on the right side. Since we're almost done, I do want to appreciate everybody who joined the stream. I know this medium is very loud, and I wish there was any other way that I could do this. Alrighty, there you go. We managed to cut that out. Oops. I'm gonna bring you out again. Brush this off. You can see I have a bunch of dust all over my hand. Before leaving, I do want to take off the sticker paper. This one is one of my favorite designs to peel off because it does peel off very easily in one piece, which is really great. There we are. Peel off the plastic now from the back. And I let the plastic stay on the back side of this piece because I've noticed that it helps with how much the saw pulls on the back side. But then also it just, because I am going like this a lot, it helps it from getting scratched a bunch. But this is what it looks like. I don't know if it's as visible as I want it to be. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully I'm able to come on here again. We weren't able to do the butterflies. But maybe another time we can do them.